Hello. I am so glad to see that you've came back. I hope that all of you are doing well. Today or tonight, wherever you're at. I had a couple of things happen to me today that I would like to discuss with you. But first, I have to say this. This is my favorite sweater, so you're going to see me in this a lot because it's so comfortable. It's big and bulky though, and that's why I like it. The thing I wanted to talk to you about is my guides have told me this, or some high vibrational being has told me this. Sometimes it's hard to decipher, if you want to call it that, of where this information comes from. And as I've said many times, that I have this gift that I get all this information and I don't know where it comes from, but I know it's true and factual. Growing up as a kid, I used to be afraid to speak up in fear of being wrong and embarrassed. But these things, I could sit here and tell you all day and will argue with you because I know they're right. I have come to find out there is a couple of starseeds that I used to speak with. And as I was going through my difficult time, it was like maybe 4 days, where the entity had my heart in his hands and was extremely rough with it. I was told right off by one of them that it was a bad entity, and that really freaked me out. It freaked me out. And so I confirmed it with the other starseed, and he said he feels the same way. Him, I trusted a lot. I have nobody to talk to about these things. I'm still kind of new to this. I'm almost 3 years in it, but my channeling has come in slow. But when it concerns wanting information for myself, it's hard to receive it. And that's with a lot of mediums. And I was asking both of them a lot of questions. I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? Because I was freaking out. Turned out that kind of in the middle of it, the one person, starseed, would just stop talking to me. And it bothered me because I would see their posts on Facebook and I'm like, why aren't they answering me? They know I'm freaking out. And I'm not saying I'm more important than anything else that this person's doing. But I will say this. I'm a hybrid starseed, and I know without a doubt, if I was able to help somebody, I would not shut them down like that. Never, ever. I would always be there. And if I was busy, I would say, well, I'm really busy at the moment, but I will discuss this with you when I'm not busy. And then the other person was kind of rude and shut me down. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll ask later. And then it turns out that this person lied to me in the past and said that they were getting off of Facebook, when in fact, they just created a whole new page. And I'm like, why would they do that? Because he would randomly text me and say, I love you, have a great day, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden he told me that. And I'm like, that's odd. And then yesterday I messaged him and I said, because I felt like I was bombarding him with questions. And I probably was, no doubt, because like I said, I have nobody else to talk to about this. It stayed in deliver mode all day and night. And then today, I'm like, I'm gonna message him one more time and see if it stays in deliver mode, because I deleted that text. And I said, are you mad at me? It stayed in deliver mode. I'm like, he blocked me. Why would he do that? All day today, I've been wondering about these two people, and I'm like, I wasn't rude. I wasn't mean. I was just asking questions, and it wasn't like from when I woke up to when I went to bed. full of questions. It was probably like 5-6 questions. And I thanked for their help and I was grateful, etc., etc. I'm like, I kind of started freaking out today. I'm like, why are people leaving me? And I will admit, there's some that I have parted ways with, but I did it gently and nicely. I just didn't like block or anything like that. So I'm sitting at work, and this has been told to me more than once, channel wise, that, well, one, I'll say this. I was given information at one time, and it was confirmed through me that I cannot take what anybody else says to heart or accurately about my mission. I can deal with that, I guess, you know? But when it comes to an entity having my heart in their hands causing pain, that's a whole different thing. And the information I got after freaking out was that, and then that is their path, not mine. They chose that path to be a starseed and not willing to help another starseed. And we're here to help each other and everybody else. We don't turn anybody down if we're a true starseed, because that's not what we're supposed to be. It would just kept coming through. That's their path. That's their karma. Because when they pass, they're going to see that they didn't handle these situations correctly. Not one of them said, I'm busy or anything like that. And then they did things that didn't make sense. Why would they block me? Well, only one blocked me. But he's got a new girlfriend, so that might have something to do with it. I don't know. But he said she did not care that I text him. And I didn't text him every day. It was like once every couple of weeks, if not 3 weeks. Yeah, I don't know if it was my own thoughts or if it was just information coming to me that this is my mission. And I'm assuming what I go through with the negative entities is also mine. I have to deal with that. But today I kind of got angry, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. I know sage. I know, protect your house with the violet flame and white light. I know all that. It seems not to work. So in my head today at work, I was screaming. I'm like, well then effing help me. Show me or tell me what to do, because I don't know what to do. I will kind of back up a little bit. Shortly after I had my freak out moment of the bad entity being rough with my heart, I heard a gentle voice say, protect yourself, set boundaries, not really accept, tend to the situations with love, and then more or less say get lost, kinda, I guess. But like that red negative entity with horns that was in my doorway, I didn't hate it, and I wasn't like begone beast or anything like that, and I had like feelings for it, and I'm not talking about ooh kind of feelings, but it was like, okay, this entity is a entity, and I do love every entity that there is. And when I say entity, I mean souls, all kinds of souls. But when they're bad, of course, you have to distance yourself, because they want to suck your energy and suck your light dry, and it's not a good situation. All this was coming to me these last couple of weeks. Today, when I got really sad, and then when the information was given to me, I'm like, we are given tasks on a daily basis. And probably not on a daily basis. That might be exaggerating a little bit, but often. How we get through these tasks is what matters. For instance, if I'm going to come home every single day and I'm just going to scream at my kids and I'm going to spank them for no reason, and I was just, completely out of line. If I died that night, I'd have to come back, because I'd be like, I could have handled that better. I need to fix that. So these tasks that we're given, we have to do right. And if we don't, we have to come back and do it. And then Oddly enough, I saw a vision of me either in a airplane window or a bus window. And I want to say a bus window because I was looking out at what seemed to be a field. And I was alone. And I was told that I am alone, so I will have no interference whatsoever when I go on my mission. And that kind of let me down a little bit because who likes being alone, for one? But it's understandable because I'm like, if I had a boyfriend, he could deter me from my mission. Oh, let's not go there, or let's not go over there, let's go over here. You know what I mean? No, don't do that. I'm uncomfortable with that. So I can understand that. But I also understand that whatever is given to me and brought to me is what the universe thinks I should have, and I accept that. I'm assuming that these people that claim to be starseeds, I doubt now because of the way they've handled my situation, my friendship, or whatever you want to call it. That's a task that I was shown today, and I had to come out of it with my head on straight and handle it correctly. And I didn't, text them and chew them out or anything like that. I left things be, and that's the right way to handle it. I was given that information lovingly, that these tasks that we have, the outcome depends on how we handle it. I know I'm repeating myself. I feel like I don't explain things the way they come to me. So I feel like I have to repeat it in a different way to get it through. So I apologize for that. I would assume also, if you're speeding down the highway and risking people's lives because you don't care and you could cause an accident, that is a task also that you need to correct. You can't be doing that. I have apologized for my misgivings, my mistakes. I also internally in my head had threw out there that I forgive everybody who's done me wrong in this lifetime and past lifetimes. And I released the contracts that I hold with them or even against them. And knowing that I was a witch at some point in my past life, I even said I unbind all spells that I have given. And I release all that I've held a grudge to. I'm trying to cleanse my karma and take care of things the way it's supposed to be done. Ignoring them is not the way it is to be handled, and treating people badly is not the way things should be handled. You have to stop and think, am I doing the right thing? Am I hurting somebody? Am I causing pain? Am I risking something? You have to do things lovingly in the correct way. Like for instance, that red negative entity in my doorway, I just said, you can't come in. That's that, more or less. And if you're not in God's energy and light and love, you need to go. But, my soul loves your soul still. And that's the way we're supposed to handle things. You have tasks. If something bothers you today or any other day, ask yourself, what is the best possible way for me to get through this situation? Like I did today. I was freaking out thinking, everybody's being taken from me. And then, all I've got are these negative people around me. How do I handle that? Sitting there racking my brain and wondering. These messages came, so I just surrounded myself with the white light again. You have to do that every day, especially when negative people's around you, because they unknowingly take your energy. But you have to ask yourself, what is the best possible way I can handle this situation right now? Do I sit here and freak out for 30 minutes, or do I accept that and realize it's their path, not mine? I will go forth on this day to do things right. I will. And this is how I have to look at things from this point forward, as you should. Not telling you what to do, of course, but This is what needs to be thought of, at least. I'm not sitting here and saying you do what I do because it's the best way. And my way of being what I think is right may not be what is right for you. So you just kind of have to think about this yourself and handle things the way it should be. And also, this just came to me. I don't know where it came from. What if there was an angel in the room with you, or let's just say with me, and I'm freaking out of what's going on today, and he's beside me, and you turn and you look at him, and you're going to be kind of embarrassed because of the way you were just acting, freaking out, you know? But then you look at him and you feel his love, and it's just going through you. You're going to feel, well, then you're going to handle it right. You're going to handle this situation with love correctly and positively. And you're going to think of all of this positive stuff in love and all this. And of course, you're going to want to do things right. So imagine in your situation that there's an angel beside you. Of course, there always is. But let's just say he's beside you or she, and you see this angel. And if you have to imagine it, then imagine it. Imagine the love that they're vibrating through you. And then once you get that, I'm getting chills. Once you get that feeling going through, then ask yourself, what would he tell me to do? What would he say about this situation? And maybe that will help you. That was given to me to give to you. I have noticed that some of my videos are channeled. So when I know for a fact that some of my information is channeled, I will tell you this is channeled. I know I repeated myself a lot, and I'm sorry for that. Like I said, sometimes I feel like I don't explain it well enough, that I feel like I got to explain it again a different way. I've always been that way. I just want to get things right and correct. And I don't want to look like a dummy on here, not making sense or feel like I forgot something. That's all I've got for this video. I felt like this was told to me today to share, because when I figured out what to do, it was like, now share it. And that's how I felt. And I feel that was channeled. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really do. I feel like maybe I just didn't do good enough, but I hope I did. If you enjoyed this, let me know down below. I would appreciate that because it gives me good feedback. Nobody commented on my UFO. I shared the heck out of it. TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, and people are watching it like crazy but not commenting. But I'm not hurt by it. And I even sent it to my sister and she didn't say anything. But I sent her my video of the orbs in the videos that I've done, and she said, well, I see a light in your kitchen and maybe there's reflections going on in your house. And I'm like, there's no reflections because it's dark outside, the blinds are closed. And then she even said maybe my computer monitor was on, and it wasn't. And I'm like, and orbs don't shoot from the floor super fast up to the ceiling and then whip around you, and you can't convince some people. You just can't. And that's okay. That's their path, not yours. So I'm going to end this video here. I love you guys tremendously, and I hope you're all doing well. I really do. I'm going to send you love, light, and peace. Bye.